Hey guys, Fox here. Got a bunch of game gods I want to put away, so I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible because there's quite a bit of stuff here. So first off, we got the collector's edition of the Fallout 4 Survival Guide walkthrough and stuff like that. It's kind of useful, it's fun, there's a lot of shit in this game, so I've been playing a lot of it here, so maybe 20-25 hours into it. Still got a lot to do. I got the Pip-Boy edition, as I just think this is an awesome piece just to display on its own. I mean, I'm going to probably shove an old iPhone or some kind of shit in there just so it looks like it has a screen. But it works pretty good. I got tiny arms, fucking tiny hands, so it doesn't really sit too, it's a little too loose on my arm, but it's still pretty cool, really neat replica. So that's really nice to have. The guide also came with a big ass map and some special posters. So, you know, it's got the symbol for strength, perception, endurance, blah 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 blah. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about because most of you probably are playing this game. So there's the manual. I sold a bunch of N64 stuff as it's the system I play the least. I didn't sell it all. I kept a lot of my favorite games. But I did sell off all my systems, as I didn't have any of the systems that, you know, I truly wanted, which is, don't laugh, is I would like to have the Pikachu one or the Jungle Green. Those were my favorite. I don't have either of them, so I sold both of mine to a couple gentlemen who really wanted some. So in return, got a bunch of cash to spend on games and something else I'll show you here in a minute. And also somebody threw in The Witcher 3 on the PS4. Already good to go. It's a game I've been wanting to play, but haven't gotten around to it, but it's nice to have. Excuse me. Up next is something I passed on initially, even though this came out last Tuesday, but I passed on it initially. It's like, I don't have time to play this. I really want it, but I'm just not sure. And then I was watching a video from Games of War. I don't know if any of you watch him, but he's got a pretty impressive collection, and he does pretty damn good reviews. So he convinced me otherwise to go out there and pick up Stella Glow, as this is a swan song to the developer, and the developer's name is escaping me. But they've done a couple of games for Atlas. They did the Luminous Arc titles on the DS. They did Arc Rise Fantasia on the Wii, which is one of my favorite RPGs, and a couple other games that were hit and miss, but all those were good. So this is their last game that they're making because they're shutting down their studio, and it's Stella Glow. And I love these big boxes that Atlas is doing. It's a little smaller, a little thinner than a what was it called, Legend of Legacy. But love the art style on this. It looks awesome. It's a strategy RPG. Got a music selection and a cloth map. I'm not going to open it. I'm sure you guys could see numerous other guys who have done unboxings of this first print run edition. So, alright, bunch of other shit. I did get some arcade block stuff that they threw in for me. I'll just show the shit that's worth a hoot to look at. A little Game Boy book, but it's full of post-it notes. Cool for notes, I guess. New Zelda little mini figurines. This is Zelda from Skyward Sword. They're pretty well detailed, really small. You don't know what you're going to get out of the package. So guess as good as mine. So, but they're only $4, which is not bad, but that's what you get. And I got one other. Well, actually, I got a bunch of others. I'll show you. I got Zelda, or Kid Zelda from Ocarina of Time here as well. They're pretty cool. I also got, unfortunately, I bought 4 of these suckers, and I got 2 of her, and I already have one. She's from Winwaker. I forgot her name though. Yeah, so here's the other one. So I got 2 extras. Whatever. A couple of amoebas. I'm not actively buying it, but if I see them, if I see one that I don't have and I got the cash, I'll pick one up. So I got Ganondorf, he's pretty cool. Really well detailed. I like this amiibo. It's pretty awesome. And we have Mewtwo, which I believe is the first DLC character for Smash Brothers. It's pretty cool. Let's see what else I got over here. From the arcade block, they threw in this little vinyl figurine. It's a Fallout 4. Looks like a female raider. Whatever. Also in the arcade block, they gave me a physical copy of Retro City Rampage DX. Now, this is a physical copy for the PC or Mac or Linux, whatever the hell you're running. But really cool packaging. They threw it in a Super Nintendo style box. Retro collection. Fake little seal here. See if I can focus here. V blank. But yeah, so there's a CD in here for your computer to play it. So it's really cool to get a physical. I mean, I know this got a really limited physical release on the Vita, but that box is pretty badass. Sorry guys, keep seeing me moving. I'm walking over here to grab some games stacked up over here. Some free NES sleeves, and one of the NES titles I picked up is Crusties Funhouse. No, I did not pay 10. But yeah, really clean label. Awesome. I love the Simpsons games, no matter how shitty or hard they may be. But I do enjoy them a lot. I picked up Yokai Watch. It's pretty enjoyable. I'm probably going to stop playing it because I really want to play Stella Glow. But I am enjoying what I have done so far in the game. It's kind of Pokemon-esque, except you're more like a battle manager in this game. You don't, because your little yokais will do their fighting on their own, but you can trigger their special abilities or heal them and stuff like that on this weird like yokai wheel thing on the bottom screen. There's a lot of yokais, I think like 200 plus. The story is probably better than any Pokemon game, and it's gorgeous. You know, that's what you really expect pretty much nowadays from level 5. And a pre-order bonus, which is nice. You don't see a lot of physical pre-order bonuses anymore, but you got a Yokai Pin. I forgot the name of that yokai, so there. Let's see what we got over here. Got a couple other things. We'll save that for over there. I picked up a few manuals. I think I got some of these, but if I find them cheap, I always grab duplicates because folks be needing manuals. So if any of my buddies like to do trades and they want manuals, I find them. So I got a Super Mario World. I got a game I don't have, but I would like to have, and it's a UN Squadron. I have an extra Tales of the Abyss. So that's it for manuals. Not a lot. But I grab them when I see them. On the PS4, I picked up a title, and that is Shovel Knight, physical copy. Yeah, I know most people are picking up the 3DS version or the Wii U, but little known that it did come out on the PS4 as well. So, and that's my system of choice, really. Something that shocked me about this physical release and why it was 25 and not 20 is due to this. Oh, let's try not to reveal my soundtrack download code here. Move that. Alright, is this freaking big manual that they actually included on it, which is awesome. Really appreciate it. It's very much like I don't know, it looks like old Nintendo manuals. Sorry guys, try not to get glare, but yeah, I got the enemies there, nice art, weapons, items, all kinds of stuff, full color, and that's all English, so that's one language in there. So it's a really nice added thing that Yacht Club did. They were like, hey, we love this game and we know you guys love this game, so we're going to give you shit that you want. At Target, clearance rack, Halo Anniversary, $4.50. That's about how much I would choose to pay for a Halo game, personally. Now, for the big purchase that I got, we're going to move on over down here. And that is a Sega CD, guys. finally jumped. Been picking up some Sega CD games here and there when I can, and one of my local retro stores actually had a Sega CD that in perfect working condition. Needs a little bit of cleaning. See if I can buff out this white scratch there. Came with the Model 2 Genesis, which is perfect. My Model 1 has been on the fritz, let's say. I mean, it works most of the time, but sometimes it doesn't work. So I get the joy of getting behind my fucking thing here, and because these things don't have the same power supplies or AV cables from what I remember, so I got to pull all that shit out so I can stick this guy in there. But yeah, very excited. I got a bunch of loose Sega CD games with it. I mean, I hate loose games, but they're significantly fucking cheaper, and it's what I could find. Finding any Sega CD game complete, like out in the wild, and by wild I mean like at a retro store, garage sale, flea market, anything like that, is just a pain in the ass. But I've got a few things. I got Wonder Dog. Of course, it came with Shura's Shark. Sega Classics, which includes arcade versions of Streets of Rage, Revenge of Shinobi, Columns, and Golden Axe. Pretty badass. And lastly, I also picked up a copy of Time Gal, which is kind of like a game like Dragon's Lair and stuff like that. A lot of people were praising this and thought it was pretty awesome. And it also, of course, it came with a 6-button controller and the power supplies. Yes, 2. Alright, and the last pickup for this video would be Baton Kratos, Eternal Wings and the Lost Ocean. An RPG for the GameCube. Not very many of those on the GameCube, so, and I saw this and it was, yeah, it had to be had. Complete, of course, with a very clean manual, so excited to have that, add that to the collection. So there's all the shit I got, guys, for the last, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, probably a month or so. And yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for watching.